Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Ezekiel chapters 22 and 23. These two chapters, we're going to say that they pull back the curtain on why God's judgment is falling so heavily on Jerusalem. Chapter 22 is going to look a lot like a courtroom indictment of the city, while chapter 23 is going to have this odd parable of sorts of two sisters to expose Israel's unfaithfulness. Let's start with chapter 22, the courtroom drama. Ezekiel is told to declare the sins of Jerusalem, and the accusations pile up much like a good courtroom case. There's bloodshed and idolatry. Verses 1 through 5 tell us that the city is guilty of murder and false worship. There's corruption across the board. Princes use power for bloodshed, priests profane holy things, prophets cover up their lies, and the people oppress the poor and the vulnerable. Then there's this refining furnace imagery that's brought up. In verses 17 to 22, God reminds us that he will gather them like metal into a furnace to melt away their dross. It's an image of purifying through destruction. And then verse 30 is this tragic summary. I sought for a man among them who should build up the wall and stand in the breach before me, but I found none. Now what a terrible description to have about a nation that is supposed to be God's people. I looked for a person who would stand in the gap of the wall to defend my word to the people, and I found none. That's how bad things had gotten. The failure wasn't just in one area of society. Corruption was universal. Leaders, priests, prophets, and common people alike, they had all abandoned God and his teaching and his promise and his commands. The city that should have been holy became the city of bloodshed. So then there's these two women, right? So one of Ezekiel's most shocking parables is about two sisters, Oholah, which would be Samaria, the capital of the northern kingdom, and Oholibah, which is Jerusalem, the capital of Judah. The Samarian woman, the woman about Samaria, she prostituted herself with Assyria, and then Jerusalem, the woman that's corresponded to by Jerusalem, instead of learning from Samaria's fall, she became even worse and lusting after Assyria, then Babylon, and finally despising them all. God's judgment, the nations that she pursued will turn against her, strip her bare, and bring destruction. Jerusalem must drink the same cup of judgment as her sister, shame, ruin, and horror. All in all, these things remind us that God's judgment is significant, but his mercy is greater. We both